Stoic Rules for a Better Life from Marcus Aurelius. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you could leave life right now. Let that shape how you act, speak, and think. Life is fleeting, and according to Marcus, we should treat every action and thought as if it were our last. To me, Marcus Aurelius is one of the most remarkable individuals in history. We often hear that absolute power corrupts absolutely, yet Marcus stands as an exception to this idea. He wasn't born into royalty, but was selected as a young man, the same age as Nero, and groomed for leadership. And what is the first thing he does when he gains power? He chooses to share it with his brother. My journey with Marcus Aurelius began the moment I read Meditations. It completely changed my perspective, and for 2,000 years, his wisdom has impacted millions. Having studied his philosophy for over a decade, I want to share some of the greatest lessons from this extraordinary philosopher king. If you're looking to understand the core principles he lived by, this video is for you. One of my favorite stories about Marcus Aurelius takes place during the Antonine Plague, a catastrophic pandemic that claimed millions of lives. The Roman economy was in ruins, and despair was everywhere. So what did Marcus do? He walked through his imperial palace, marking items for sale. For 2 months, on the very grounds of the emperor's estate, he sold his personal jewels, robes, and luxurious furniture. His message was clear: I refuse to put myself first. When people were suffering, he let go of extravagance because it wasn't necessary. His actions reflect what true leadership looks like. It's like a CEO taking a pay cut in hard times, or an athlete renegotiating their contract to help the team. True greatness is about sacrifice, prioritizing the well-being of others over personal comfort. You are not stuck. I know it may feel that way, but the Stoics remind us that while one path may be blocked, another always remains open. The impediment to action advances action, Marcus Aurelius teaches. What stands in the way becomes the way. Marcus isn't saying that nothing can stop you. He's saying that even when one door closes, you still have the ability to adapt. There is always an opportunity to practice virtue, strive for excellence, and change your approach in response to challenges. We don't control external events, but we control our reactions. That is the essence of Stoicism. Yes, obstacles arise, people get in the way, plans fail, setbacks happen. But those obstacles can't prevent you from practicing patience, from showing forgiveness, or from choosing a new course of action. The Stoics emphasize that no one can stop us from adapting, learning, and turning obstacles into stepping stones. That's what "the obstacle is the way" truly means. We always retain our ability to choose and grow. We often know exactly what needs to be done, yet we delay. Marcus Aurelius says, you could be good today, instead you choose tomorrow. We procrastinate. We say we'll start the diet, write the book, or clean the house tomorrow. But if success were just about knowledge, everyone would be fit, wealthy, and accomplished. The issue is not knowing what to do, it's taking action. That's why the Stoics emphasize the discipline of action. Ultimately, action is what matters. It's not about what we say or think, but about what we do. Every great accomplishment starts with a single step. And as Marcus Aurelius tells us, no one can stop you from taking that first step. Self-awareness is key. It takes deep reflection to recognize I feel anxious because of X, or I'm uncomfortable because of Y. During the pandemic, I had fewer obligations. No flights to catch, no traffic to sit in, no tight schedules. You'd think my anxiety would have disappeared, but it didn't. That's when I realized my anxiety wasn't caused by external events. It was internal. Marcus Aurelius writes in Meditations, I escaped anxiety. Then he corrects himself. No, I discarded it. He realized anxiety wasn't an external force. It was something within him. This realization changed my perspective. I used to believe my stress was tied to work, obligations, and responsibilities. But when all of that was stripped away, I saw the truth. It was me. Marcus Aurelius had a better morning routine than you, I guarantee it. He woke up early, even though he didn't have to, and asked himself, was I made to lie here under warm covers, or to do the work of a human being? He started each day with purpose. His journal, Meditations, wasn't meant for an audience. It was his way of keeping himself accountable. He concentrated like a Roman, approaching each task with focus and determination. He understood that a well-begun day is already half complete, and you should too. Discipline is personal. No one else signed up for your self-improvement. You did. Marcus Aurelius advises, be tolerant with others, but strict with yourself. This journey isn't about controlling or judging others. It's about mastering yourself. That's why it's called self-discipline. Marcus Aurelius wasn't naturally fond of people. You can tell from Meditations. He starts the book by describing how irritating others can be. His quote, "The obstacle is the way," often refers to people, how they create obstacles, how they stand in our way. But he also saw those challenges as opportunities to apply Stoic philosophy, to be good despite others' bad behavior, to be just in the face of injustice, to be courageous when cowardice is rewarded. People may be frustrating, but they also present a chance for us to grow. We are all busy, but how much of what we do truly matters? Marcus Aurelius advises us to constantly ask, is this essential? Most of our tasks, obligations, and habits are not. We follow routines because we were told to, or because we always have. But if we knew we were dying tomorrow, would we still do them? Probably not. By focusing only on what is essential, we free ourselves to do fewer things better. The last and most important Stoic lesson, amor fati. It didn't happen to you, it happened for you. Fate has chosen this for you. Accept it, embrace it, make something of it. As Marcus Aurelius says, a fire turns everything into fuel and brightness. That's amor fati. Stoicism isn't about accumulating power or wealth for selfish reasons. It's about character and service. The fruit of this life is good character and acts for the common good, Marcus teaches. The greatest Stoics weren't focused on personal success alone, but on their contribution to humanity. Finally, memento mori. You could leave life right now, Marcus Aurelius reminds us. Let that guide your thoughts, words, and actions. Life is fragile. If the pandemic taught us anything, it's that tomorrow is never promised. So live fully while you can. These are 3 powerful Stoic principles you can apply right now. If you want more Stoic insights, consider subscribing. We provide at least one thoughtful lesson every week to help you live with wisdom and strength.